we got off-screen Benji going to be running Amoongus, Heatran, Wash Rotom, Landorus, Therian, Sylveon, and Kangaskhan. A pretty standard team. Yuanhao on top going to be running Infernape, Landorus, Therian, Charizard, Venusaur, Lopunny, and Sylveon. First off, I'm going to let you talk about Lopunny because we know you love Lopunny.
I love Lopunny.
And
used it before it got a Mega, used it after it got a Mega. It's been good all the time. It is a Pokemon you assume is Mega in this current metagame, though. But Charizard's the same. So I don't know if it's two different modes. They play very differently. Normally when you have two Megas, you have one, both of them are attackers or both of them are support or something like that. It's kind of odd to have Lopunny's more of a support Mega and Charizard's clearly an offensive one. Especially, and then there's that Venusaur. It could possibly be Mega too.
It could be Pledges. I mean, Pledges have taken up in popularity.
Yeah, UGC Infernape would be an alternative Pledge. So a lot of options for Megas there. Obviously, on looking at Benji's team, Kangaskhan. So nothing else even can Mega. So that's easy to guess. Infernape could stand in for Lopunny. They play very similarly. They're both fake out Encore that's fast. So maybe when he brings Charizard, he brings Infernape and uses Sun boosted things from Infernape. If he opts for Lopunny, he doesn't bring Charizard and does other things instead.
Going now into the battle, I mean, Infernape is one of those Pokemon that's pretty cool, really fast, fake out, Encore, good same type of attack, boosted attack. You know, you got fire, you got fighting, and overheat, flare blitz, close combat, great moves. As we do see Yuanhao go with Venusaur and Charizard.
A classic lead. We've seen it so many times.
Right, versus Kangaskhan and Landorus, Therian. The Intimidate's not going to do too much for Yuanhao's side.
No.
Kangaskhan, of course, one of the more popular Mega Pokemon ever.
Yeah, it's not a terrible spot for Yuanhao. He can do good damage, but he is worrying about KOs here. Double Edge will KO Venusaur, or Rock Slide will KO Charizard. Probably puts him a little bit on the back foot. He'll try to protect, I would guess protect, double protect, and get Sun up this turn.
We do see Mega Charizard make the appearance, and then we also see Mega Kangaskhan.
Charizard hasn't actually Mega Evolved yet, which is interesting. Indicates that it's not very fast. The regular Kangaskhan was faster than the regular Charizard, which was not standard, which was not what you'd expect to see.
Right, that might be a bit bulkier of a Charizard. We do see Venusaur going to protect itself this turn, wants to get that Chlorophyll speed boost up for the next turn to start.
We see the Venusaur there because of the Protect is also faster than the regular Charizard, so definitely a slow Charizard there. But he does have now the fast Venusaur, so we can Sleep Powder the Kangaskhan without worrying about taking a Double Edge to Charizard before it moves.
But the big problem right now is that Heatran's out on the field. The Venusaur does not enjoy facing off against Heatran. Both of its same type attack boosted attacks are either resisted or Heatran's immune to it. So
yeah, if most likely if Ben gets an attack off, it's going to be a knockout. And so, you know, or Double Edge or return to either spot. And here we see Pledges.
I do enjoy the Pledges. Charizard's Fire Pledge going to go off, going to target down that Kangaskhan. Might even pick up the knockout. Joe straight up picks up the knockout, and that's going to trap. Heatran in the fire forest thing, and slowly chip away at it. Heatran does put up a substitute, but you know, with that sub, it's going to start getting chipped away, right?
I'm not sure the relationship between that Pledge stuff and Flash Fire and Fire type. No chip damage, so I don't know if Flash Fire prevents it or if being a Fire type prevents it, but something there stopped it. Heatran gets a sub up, could have taken the KO on Venusaur that turn, but probably neither of these can even break the Heatran sub. So a good spot for this Heatran. Rotom not as much in a good spot. Two giant grass moves coming at it.
Venusaur does protect itself this turn.
And so
Rotom
now, and I think
going to protect.
Yeah, we revealed the reason why the Charizard's so slow. He wants that Pledge to be Fire typed, and so that's the second Pledge that decides to type.
Right.
And so
doesn't have to rely on the sun, right? Doesn't have to rely on the sun to get the Fire Pledges off.
Right, and because if you want to do that turn one while Venusaur is still slow.
Actually, no. No matter what, Fire and Grass, I think it's going to come out Fire. We've had this discussion before with Pledges. It's weird.
Pledges are weird. Not something we see that often. They pop up every once in a while.
We do see Venusaur go straight for the Grass Pledge onto the Wash Road and does a lot of damage. And what is Charizard going to do here? Is it just going to go for the knockout on the Wash Rotom? If he does wouldn't be surprised to see something in back ready to take on that Heatran so easily. Venusaur hangs on with his Focus Sash, which is so popular with these pledge teams. Wash Run, going to go for the Thunderbolt.
Charizard.
But Charizard is bulkier and goes for the Solar Beam. Going to target down that Wash Run and pick up the knockout right there. So it's still 4-2 in Yuanhao's advantage, but he still needs a way to knock out that Heatran.
Yeah, a lot of damage went on the field for Yuanhao that turn. Maybe both in a Heat Wave range. I didn't see exactly how much the first Heat Wave did to Charizard, but I would guess that both are in the Sun Boosted Heat Wave range now. So
we do see Landorus Therian. Landorus Therian, of course, going to go for the Intimidate again. We've seen 2 Intimidators from Benji's side, which is such a great ability, but it's not going to matter against Venusaur and Charizard. Not sure what Yuanhao still has in the back, but it could be problematic depending on what he brought.
Yeah, Landorus may go down this turn, which would be...
Oh, that's right. Charizard just going to go straight for that Fire Pledge. Going to target down that Landorus Therian. That's going to be a knockout. That's right. The speeds bring it up immediately. And unfortunately, it's going to be Heatran versus Venusaur, Charizard, and 2 more Pokemon in the back.
We'll get 2 knockouts here, though. So, yeah, 2 knockouts. So, 2-on-1, but behind a sub. If it's the right 2 Pokemon, Ben still has a shot at this. If it's the wrong Pokemon, this game's over. Let's see. Sunlight goes away.
That's good. That's good. That's good for Yuanhao.
Yeah. Even though it was his son, it was benefiting the Heatran more than it was whatever Yuanhao was about to bring out. And Landorus, that seems to be exactly what you'd want to have.
And Infernape too, so I mean that's a close combat. And the Earthquake away.
You can't do both on the same turn.
Right. Or Superpower and a close combat, that works too.
Yep. And you know, it's going to take an Earth Power and a couple of Heat Waves to end this game. So that's a lot of turns when you're getting face down with stab 100 and 120 base power attacks.
Yuanhao appears to be in control right now of the match. Landorus does go for the Superpower. Going to go ahead and break that substitute as now Infernape's going to be free to go for the close combat and pick up the knockout on this Heatran. Landorus is attacking and the defense is falling, but that doesn't matter too much as Infernape does get the close combat off. Massive amounts of damage, and picks up the knockout on Heatran, and Yuanhao moves on to 5-1.
Just an incredible amount of offense early for Yuanhao. Those sun-boosted Fire Pledges, getting 2 one-hit KOs on Kangaskhan and Landorus. And then the 2 grass moves to get the...
And the Solar Beam, right.
And it was that bulky Charizard, he didn't need the speed because he was using mainly Pledges.